Hey, it's math time, or as I like to call it, time for math. All right, hopefully you've got your packet of papers for math. This one should look familiar to you. It's got two circles here. In this circle, it has the name Margaret, and in this circle, it has the name Caleb. What we're going to do is I want you to get 5 pennies or 5 something, similar to what we did last time. And I want you to divide the pennies between Margaret and Caleb. Margaret gets some and Caleb gets some. After you've divided them up in their two circles, what I want you to do is just draw a circle for each penny that Margaret has and that Caleb has. You're going to need to pause the video, pause it so that you can get this done, and then come back to me in a minute. I'll wait here. Okay, should be done. And you should have divided this up. Now let's talk about the different ways you could have divided this up. See if I come up with the way that you have Margaret and Caleb's money divided. Now, I think that Margaret could have had 1 penny and then Caleb would have had 4 pennies. Did you do that one? Or Margaret could have had 2 pennies and then Caleb would have had 3 pennies. Or Margaret could have had 3 pennies and then Caleb could have had 2 pennies. Or Margaret could have had 4 pennies, and Caleb could have had 1 penny. That's pretty much all of them. You could have put all 5 pennies to Margaret and none to Caleb if you didn't like Caleb, but I did say that each of them had to have some pennies, so there's no zeros for these. Now, these two circles that we have here, you started with 5 pennies and you divided them into parts. And parts is what we're working with in math now. We're talking about dividing a whole, a group of something, into 2 parts. And so you took your whole of 5 and divided it into the 2 parts. Now, look what we got on the board over here. We have some bears, and they are in a party. It's a teddy bear party. But it's been a long time, and it's time for them to go home. And so we are going to have them follow the path into their home. Now, this orange bear right here, he's going to follow the path into this circle. And then this guy is going to follow the path over here. His brother's going to follow it over here. And his sister's going to follow this path as well over to this one. Okay, now, what did we have here? We have got some bears that were somewhere in, they were all up here at the party, and then some went home, 1 went home this way, and 3 went home this way. So, this is a number bond, right? And this number bond has some parts to it. Both of these circles are called parts. This is the path, and then this is the whole, right? Okay. You remember, on Friday we worked with this that had a number bond in it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a marker and I am going to draw the parts for this. I'm going to draw 1 black square, and then I'm going to draw 3 red squares. Now, how many squares do I have in there? 4. My whole is 4. Now, some of the bears came down into this part right here. 3 of them. So I have 3 in here. And 1 of the bears came down into this part here. And so we see that the part 1 and 3, they follow the path, and the whole is 5. Now let me show you something here. Take a look. Let me come up closer even with you. Look what happened to my number bond. It looks different, doesn't it? Instead of the whole being up here and the parts being down here, now the parts are up here and the whole is here. But Did the numbers change or did they stay the same? They stayed the same, right? The whole stayed the same and the part stayed the same. Now watch this. I can turn my number bond like this. Now the whole is over here, and the parts are here, but the numbers stay the same. What if I flip it over this way? Number bond always stays the same. The whole always has 4 in it, and the parts always have 3 and 1. Okay, now we're going to be working on the worksheet that looks like this. I've got a clipboard so that I can work on it with you because we're going to do this together. What you're going to need is 2 different colors. Okay, if you don't have crayons, then probably go and get 2 different color pens, or 1 pen and 1 pencil, or something so you have 2 different colors, because we're going to need to do this. So you can pause if you need to run and go do that. I'm going to write my name here so that when I turn this in, I'm going to get a Skittle Games because I got all the work done. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to look at these. We got some rabbits here. Do you notice there's 2 different kinds of rabbits? There's this kind of rabbit that's sitting up, and this kind of rabbit that's lying down. Now the question is, how many rabbits are sitting up and how many are lying down? Okay, what I'm going to do is, for me, purple is going to be the sitting up rabbits, and orange is going to be the lying down rabbit. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to color in a square for each rabbit that's sitting up. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 rabbits that are sitting up, and so I'm going to color in 4 squares, and you do the same. Once again, I am a fast colorer, so if you need more time, you can always pause this video and then you can catch up with me. There I go. I've got 4 purple squares, and that stands for 1, 2, 3, 4 rabbits that are sitting up. Now I'm going to get my orange. You get your other color. How many rabbits are laying down? 1. So I'm going to color in 1 square orange. Okay, now this looks like a 5-stick that has 2 different colors, a purple one and an orange one, right? What we're going to do is we're going to take that 5-stick, break it apart into these 2 parts here. Okay, now how many, oops, let me get my purple again. How many were sitting up? 4. So I'm going to draw 4 squares, just like I did on the other worksheet. 1, 2, you do the same, draw 4 squares. Not too big, because these are pretty small circles. This part here is 4. So I have 4 squares in this circle. Okay? Now over here, we got how many were laying down? 1. 1, so I'm going to draw 1 square here. Okay, so these are my parts. I have my part here and my part here. And what we're going to do is we're going to take these parts, follow the path up to the hole, and we're going to get them all into the hole. So I'm going to take this one, draw it up here. 1 laying down rabbit, and then I'm going to do 4 sitting up rabbits. You do the same. 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Now my hole shows how many rabbits all together. Sorry about that. 5. There are 5 rabbits all together. 4 and 1 make 5. Now, here it says show the parts of the number bond on your fingers. Show the fingers you used. Now, how many rabbits are there in all? 5. Now, for our parts, how many of them were standing up? Sitting up? 4. So I'm going to take my purple, and I'm going to color in 4 fingers. That shows this, that stands for the rabbits that are standing up. And then how many are sitting down? 1, laying down. So 1 rabbit is laying down, so I'm going to color in 1 thumb. Do I use this hand? No, because there's only 5 rabbits in all. And so we only need 5. Now there's one more thing we're going to do. We're going to change these objects into numbers, okay? So it says blank rabbits and blank rabbit make blank rabbits, okay? So we're going to change this into numbers. How many rabbits were sitting up? 4. So in here I'm going to write a 4, down and across and down once more. That's the way to make a 4. And how many rabbits were laying down? 1. 1. I'm going to write a 1 in there. 1 rabbit. So now it says 4 rabbits and 1 rabbit make how many rabbits? 5. Down the street and around the bend. Oops, I forgot my hat again. 5 rabbits. That's the whole. Okay? And unfortunately, there's not more on the back. So we are done with our math worksheet, and we're done with math for today, except you should do 15 minutes of Zern, and that would be good. And that's it for today. I'm going to be recording Wizard of Oz. I think I'll go for 2 chapters, and then you'll be able to listen to those, and then we'll be able to talk about them tomorrow. Look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow. Make sure you bring all of your work back. Bring those worksheets back, both packets, the reading and the math. Okay? See you later, guys. See you later, guys. Bye.